Welcome to the Fear and Greed Afternoon Market Report for Tuesday, the 20th of April 2021, where in just a few minutes I'll tell you everything you need to know about what's happened in financial markets and the world of economics today. I'm Michael Thompson, in the studio this afternoon for Sean Aylmer. It's a pretty ordinary day on the S&P ASX 200 today, with the market closing almost 0.7% down to 7,018 points. The biggest loss was recorded by Challenger. Its shares fell more than 15% today after the annuity provider and fund manager said its earnings this financial year would be at the bottom end of its target range. Challenger said group assets under management were up 8% last quarter, breaching $100 billion for the first time. The other big drop today was rare earths miner Lynas, which said higher production levels didn't translate into increased revenue. But the group said the rare earths market was recovering. Its share price closed down more than 8%. At the other end of the market, the best performer on the ASX 200 today was iron ore miner Mineral Resources. It closed up 3%, recovering its losses from late last week. Now, if you missed it in our weekend edition, Mineral Resources dropped last week after it had to downgrade its earnings outlook because it couldn't find enough truck drivers. And speaking of iron ore, Australia's biggest producer Rio Tinto said it had made its best start to the year since 2018, despite those labour shortages in WA. Rio said it had shipped 78 million tonnes from Western Australia in the first 3 months of the year. Aiding Rio are very high iron ore prices, currently trading around $180 per tonne, and weakness in exports from Brazil's Vale. Rio's share price finished 0.5% lower today. Buy now, pay later group Afterpay is preparing to list in the United States as its North American business continues to grow. The US recorded more than $1 billion in sales for the first time during the 3 months to the end of March, with the month of March providing the second highest monthly underlying sales result across the group. Media reports said plans for a US listing were well advanced, though it's not quite clear at this stage what it means for the local listing. Afterpay is among the best performing stocks on the ASX over the past year, up more than 330%. Today, it closed around 0.8% down. Resolute Mining's share price was down 2.8% today after the sale of its Bibiani gold mine fell through. This is the mine that last month was closed by the government in the African nation of Ghana and then reopened last week. I don't know about you, but I like this story. It's got something of a Wilbur Smith feel to it. Resolute has been trying to offload the mine for several months and had a buyer until the Ghanaian government stepped in. And Latitude Financial finally listed on the ASX today after 2 failed attempts. The $2.6 billion float did well on day one, surging at the opening of trade. It settled after those initial highs to close up almost 4%. In economic news, the minutes from the Reserve Bank's April meeting have been released, confirming again that official interest rates are likely to remain on hold until 2024. The RBA acknowledged the significant increase in house prices in recent months and said demand for housing finance was likely to continue growing. But there was no evidence of a deterioration in lending standards. The Reserve Bank is nothing if not consistent. Wall Street closed lower this morning with the Dow Jones Industrial Average down 0.4%, the S&P 500 off 0.5%, and the Nasdaq down 1%. And after the close, tech giant IBM reported its biggest quarterly revenue jump in nearly 3 years, driven by demand for cloud services. The Australian dollar is trading at 78 US cents, and that's it for the afternoon market report for Tuesday, the 20th of April 2021. Sean Aylmer will be back tomorrow morning for the regular edition of the Fear and Greed Business Headlines. I'm Michael Thompson. Enjoy your evening.